about 4 foot, I think, because of the end draft. But yeah, so it was a whole scale thing. Oh, sorry, I haven't even asked your question. I was going to answer a question that I made up myself.
Do you prefer acting or singing?
When I'm doing one, I kind of miss the other. I really miss when I'm not with the boys with Bee Cake. We did a few shows in Canada last year or this year, or I can't remember when. But going to a new place when you're with the band is really exciting. Like going when you're yourself for a movie or whatever, or even coming here and, you know, arriving in Madison and being excited about going out is even more exciting when you're with the band, because it's guys that I really know well, and, you know, it's kind of fun to find a new place with your friends. It's like travelling, you know. So I like both as an art form, but if we're travelling around, I would rather do it with my friends, you know. Then I might not get blown into the bar so much.
Is the rest of the band a fan of the Comic-Con scene and pop culture and stuff like that?
Yeah, they totally love it. We've went to a couple and played at a few of these shows, which we should do for Wizard World, right? We could come here. And they love it, but, you know, we'll have a stall with t-shirts and CDs and things, but they just disappear and come back with lightsabers and, you know. And then, like, one of them got a scar done as a special effect thing and all that. They're just off enjoying themselves being geeks. You know?
Nobody's running the booth.
Yeah, totally. BJ, who's our guitarist, is a huge Doctor Who fan, so he'd love to be here right now. He actually, yeah, in his house he's got a huge Doctor Who, sort of all the faces of the Doctors and things. So yeah, they love coming to all these things. Yeah, they love it.
What's your fandom when you come to these events?
I've got a few things. I accidentally, I've never like collect people's signatures or anything, but at one of these events, I found a place that did like albums, and I found a George Harrison album signed by the whole band. Yeah. George Harrison's mother, still supporting. So I found myself buying that, and then now I go to that stall a lot and do that. But when it comes to sci-fi and stuff, I love most of it. Stargate, I really loved. Doctor Who, that's a good program. I like Robin. He should have his own show. Just Robin texting. Right in the front of people.
He's never sitting front row.
Taking pictures of his meals, Instagram. Look at that, look at those eggs, perfect. So I kind of like all the stuff, really. I like to walk around and end up buying a lot of stuff. Yeah, don't have a bag to take it home.
My brothers and I used to watch all the special features almost more than the Lord of the Rings movies, and we were wondering, with all the shenanigans you got up to offset, what was the biggest trouble you got in while you were not filming?
Oh. Do you know I've never watched the behind the scenes yet?
There were a few things that you guys got in trouble doing, but...
Yeah, we got in trouble. I think the biggest trouble, actually getting into trouble, was Vigo had never been surfing. Is this on the behind the scenes thing?
It is not.
He never went surfing, and I kind of got into surfing when I was over in New Zealand. And I said, let's go for a surf, and we got a board, and we paddled out, and he went for a wave and missed it, and the board went up there, and it came down and hit him in the head. And I was like, you okay? And he's like, yeah, I'm fine. And we carried on. He's like, actually, you know, I feel a bit weird. And we went in, and the whole white of his eye had turned red. And the next day, he had this huge black eye. And I don't know if you know, but he was Aragon. And that's quite a big part of the story. Plus, Aragon doesn't get black eyes. against black acts. So they had to shoot him from one side. Honestly, for like a couple of weeks. All kind of around Moria time. And I did get into trouble for that. And there was a letter that listed all the things we weren't allowed to do. Which I think Vigo, or mainly Orlando, then went round ticking them off, you know. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hi. I just suddenly thought there, I shouldn't make this political, but we're in like a Trump rally. How did that happen? Sorry, we shouldn't debate.
And that's the first comment that makes things awkward.
I know I shouldn't, but I did. Right, sorry. We're back on to...
My question is, my wife and I watched the show Empty on Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we really liked it. They had one season. I was wondering, are there plans for any more seasons, or...?
Right. Has anyone seen Empty, except for you and you? Oh, thanks a lot, man. I really like that show. We did a show for BBC in Britain, and there is no other seasons of it, and I'll tell you why. And it's politics. Again, but not one that's going to divide and conquer. We did this show, but the person who was the commissioning editor for the BBC was off for a year, and when he came back, they cancelled every show that get picked up that year, which was a real shame. It was just like, I never picked them, so we're not going to make any more, which was a real shame because I liked it. And the other actor in it, it's kind of a two-hander, really, the show. There's two guys, being Gregor Fisher, and he's a great actor. You probably know him from like Love Actually and things. And we had a great time. We were just two sort of removal men, really, kind of went into houses and cleaned them out, and then just what we talked about that day. And I really liked it. So anyone who has Netflix, it's called. If you go on there, there's a show called Empty. I would recommend watching it. It's like 6 episodes, right? Yeah, and it's kind of weird and wonderful, and I dress up as Wonder Woman. Which is, oh, you're doing something. Oh, are you... Hello, I'm one of Robin's great mates. And of course, if you watch Empty on Netflix, I dress up as Wonder Woman. I kept my pants on though. Not my pants as in American pants, as in British underpants. The director tried to get me to take them off, but I wouldn't. Because it was too high cut. I felt very embarrassed about the cut of my Wonder Woman thing. It's kind of pushing as well. Does that ever happen to you, Robin? Things get a bit tight. Yeah, you see? It cuts in a bit. It's a problem a lot of superheroes have. Not so much doctors. We look quite comfortable.
Very comfortable.
Superheroes, it's a bit tight sometimes. So watch Empty. Here.
Our